Hello everyone, myself Snehal Shinde, lecturer in Pravin Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology from Electrical Department. Subject is Utilization of Electrical Energy. Subject code 22626. Unit 2 Electric Heating and Welding System. Eddy current heating. Heating effect is produced due to eddy currents induced in the mass to be heated. Alternating current cutting the conducting substance induces eddy currents in it, and the loss of energy due to eddy current is eddy current loss, which appears to be in the form of heat. This eddy current loss WE equal to K into B square into F square into volume. So WE is proportional to the B square and also W is proportional to the F square. So eddy current principle is used in the heating a conducting substance. Very high frequency, about 10,000 Hz to 40,000 Hz AC supply is used with the frequency control and flux density control equipment. So the eddy current is change, charge or load to be heated is placed inside the coil arrangement. Coil surrounds the charge. The heat so produced by eddy current in the articles or charge penetrates the charge up to a sufficient depth and outside on the surface of the charge. Advantages of the eddy current heating is control is smooth and very easy. Heat can penetrate to desired depth. Method is very quick and convenient. Process is clean. Heat loss is minimum as it produced in the material to be heated. Process can be carried out in ordinary place. No effect of surrounding or atmosphere. Process is very easy to be handled. Hence, semi-skilled person can carry the work. Temperature can be controlled by simple method. Automatic control can be employed. Coil spacing need not to be charged for different objects. Air gap between coil and object does not affect the process. So the disadvantages of eddy current heating is the system of heating is comparatively costly than other types of heating. Initial cost of equipment is more. Efficiency is less, up to 40 to 50% only. It is difficult to heat to a great depth of the material. Requirement of frequency is very high, from 10 kHz to 400 kHz. Applications of the eddy current heating. Heating effect is produced due to eddy currents induced in the mass to be heated. Alternating current cutting the conducting substance induces eddy currents in it, and the loss of energy due to the eddy current is eddy current loss, which appears to be in the form of heat. So our next part is the type of the welding system, means the electric welding. So the type of the welding system are plastic welding and fusion welding. In plastic welding, it is a process of uniting softened surface of the materials. The process is carried out with the aid of heat. It is carried out in three steps: surface preparation, application of heat and pressure, cooling. This is usually employed for a plastic materials, polyethylenes and PVC. Next is the fusion welding. In fusion welding, the metals are joined together after bringing them to the molten state and allowing them to solidify. The classification of the fusion welding is illustrated. Fusion welding is classified into two. First is the chemical and second is the electrical. In chemical, it is under two, that is flame and solid reactants, flame plus flux. And electrical, it is classified as arc welding, resistance welding, induction welding and radiation welding. So classification of the electric welding is resistance welding, that is plastic, or you can say non-fusion, or the pressure welding. So first is the classification in the resistance welding is spot welding, seam welding, projection welding, butt welding, flash butt welding, arc welding. In arc welding, it is also called as fusion or non-pressure welding. In it, carbon arc welding. In carbon arc welding, shielded welding and unshielded welding. And in metal arc welding, shielded welding and unshielded welding. So the factors are considered while selecting of the electric welding system is type of the material, whether similar metal is to be welded or dissimilar metal to be welded, and the property of the material, whether ferrous or non-ferrous metal to be welded. Then thickness of the job, it also depends on thickness of the job to be welded. Example, for thick material, arc welding is used, and for thin material, resistance welding is used. Temperature required, whether job required high or low temperature to weld the job. Example, for high temperature, arc welding is used, and for low temperature, resistance welding is used. Then pressure required, if the job is need of pressure at the time of welding. In that case, resistance welding is used, and if pressure is not required, arc welding is used. Type of the supply available, whether AC or DC or both supply are available. Then the application, in case of mass production, resistance welding is used for repair work, arc welding is used. Here are the advantages of electric welding. It requires less time for joining or welding two metals. Two similar and dissimilar metals can be welded. Control of current or temperature and welding can be controlled accurately and automatically. More perfect sound and uniform weld is obtained. Properties of weld and joining material remain same. It is more reliable. Welding process is clean, easy to operate and handled. Welding equipments are portable. Next is the quality of a good weld. In this, determine the quality of the good weld, that is uniformity of width of weld through the length, all gaps of joint filled properly with the weld, uniform bead ripples, strong weld joint with no brittleness, no burns of metal due to overheating, good penetration of the welding material, no porosity cracks on the weld. So here are the welding defects. Like first is the crack. Sometimes the base metal has higher sulfur content and its thickness is more. In such case, cracks are formed on the weld. The cracks are also developed due to bad quality of electrode. Second is the blowhole. If electrode is moved too fast or if cooling is done fast or rusted flux, a hole or cavity is created is weld as shown in the diagram. Third is the undercut, unclean base of metal, fast movement of the welding electrode, incorrect placement of electrode, welding current too high above reasons cause improper welding and some portion is left open without any weld material. So incomplete penetration, reasons improper electrodes, more arc voltage, fast movement of welding electrode, less welding time, improper placement of electrode or joint to be welded. Due to above reasons, the weld cannot penetrate effectively and some portion remains open as shown. Then next is the slag inclusion, low welding current, slow movement of welding electrode, improper grooving. Due to above reasons, the slag inclusion occurs and weld material come out from the different places on the metals. So these are the reasons for the fault occurring in the welding, that while welding the two materials or the two metals, what are the defects or what are the causes if the proper welding is not done, if the proper current supply or the movement of electrode is not done. So these are the welding effects where you can see the crack. Many times you have seen the cracks, then blowhole where the hole is there. So these are the causes of the welding defects. So you have to weld it properly while welding is done. You have to take care of the electrode, then the cooling of it, then movement of the electrode should be proper, it should be not harder, then the cooling time required for it. All the things should be considered while preparing for the welding. Thank you.